Hey, everybody. I am really happy to be back today with another guru from our Whole You retreat. And I'm really excited to talk to Jen here, Jen Carew. She is our mindfulness and meditation teacher. And she also is a spiritual
Companion.
companion. Thank you. In
Yes, sorry, I
training.
saw you looking for the word.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
So this will be her first time at the Whole You retreat, and we just couldn't be more excited. We have what we have going on up in Breckenridge and soon in Costa Rica is so special. The positive energy we bring and the women that we attract, and we I feel like we got to attract you, Jen, into our
Oh,
tribe as well.
that's so sweet. Well, I'm really happy to be joining you and to be part of this experience. It's definitely what I really appreciated when I looked into the retreat itself was the entire body, mind, spirit aspect of the experience, and I think that's really what makes this unique. We're three parts, right? Like we're not just our minds, although our minds would like probably try to tell us differently. So, but we don't like get in touch with our body very often, or our spirit or consciousness or awareness, whatever, language you use. So it's an opportunity to kind of get back in touch with all of the parts that make us who we are, bring them into alignment. And when you do that, like the power of that is really being able to fully realize or self-actualize into your potential. So that's what's cool about this experience. And I'm really happy that I get to be a part of it.
Yes, and my favorite thing is, bringing this group of women together who most don't know each other. We've got people coming from all over the country, even Canada, into our little
Right.
cute Breckenridge town. And a lot of these women have are kind of feel like they're floundering in their
Right.
life right now. Maybe they've gone through some kind of transition, or one's coming up, or they've invested so much of their energy into other people and other things that they've kind of lost themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And a place to really kind of dig deep inside and figure out who I am
Yep.
anymore and who do I want to be, because we've got a lot left in us, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, and I think so many of us, I mean, life is really a series of transitions, right? And those transitions disrupt our lives sometimes in really liberating and generative ways. And then sometimes in ways that just leave us feeling like lost and like disconnected and not sure of who we are anymore. And the challenge is that we haven't really been given a lot of tools
Right.
to like get back or to help ourselves figure out like who am I now, and what are these emotions that are rising, and like how do I navigate them, and then how do I bring again like all parts of who I am um now, not who I was, or maybe even who I thought I was going to be,
Right.
right? Sometimes life takes us in other directions. So what is the opportunity to
Right. Or
understand like what is showing up for me now, and like how can I integrate it and use it instead of resisting it or like feeling bad about it, right?
right. And what other people think I should be.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Right.
There's
And the weight
that.
of all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. So, Jen, would you just kind of share with all of us a little bit about more about you and why you do what you do?
Yeah. So, when I talk about disruption, I mean, I obviously speak from experience and also identity crises. Like I had my own a couple of years ago. So, I'm somebody that has always been really on the path, like a seeking path, like always seeking, seeking, seeking. And and then finding ways to manifest all of these amazing things in my life. And so by the age of 45, I had reached this pinnacle of success in my life. I had my dream job that I'd worked 10 years for, leading learning and development for a major corporation. And this was like the dream job. I was like I'm married to the love of my life. We had just bought our dream home. And we were like just getting through the tail end of COVID. And I just sat there and I was like, I have sort of checked all of these boxes that I thought that were going to make me feel fulfilled and joyful. And I don't feel like that. And what is wrong with me? And also, I felt like I was sold a bill of goods, right? And then, and so the person that I am couldn't live with that. Like I was like, I got to figure out why I don't feel fulfilled. So I decided to leave my corporate career. That was really like my quote unquote dream job, to figure out like what fulfillment really is and how I could find that within myself. So I spent 9 months really studying spiritual texts, meditating, journaling, and finding a connection with my own inner voice and my own inner wisdom through that experience. And now my mission is to help other people connect to that inner voice and their own inner wisdom. And for me, meditation is the best way I found personally, in that stillness that comes with meditation to access that inner voice. And then meditation is what cultivates mindfulness in our lives and the ability to be present and non-judgmental about what is arising for us, because it's in the ways that we react to what arises, which creates our suffering. So, and then the third thing, the spiritual companion part, which people are like, what is that?
Yeah.
Exactly. That is really somebody that walks with you on your spiritual path, on your own inner journey. So it's not a coach, it's not a therapist, it's somebody that helps you by listening, right? Sometimes the thing that we need the most is somebody to really listen and to see us, and someone to share like what's happening when I do turn inward, because very few people understand that unless they've experienced that themselves. And so the people in our lives aren't the best people necessarily to talk to about those things. And that's where a spiritual companion comes in.
Very, very interesting. I'm really excited to really learn more and deep dive over our long weekend together. And I love your story. And I think it's unique, but also not in
Yeah.
that, and it's so really great for you to share that, you had it all,
Yep.
but it didn't feel right, didn't feel enough. And I
Nope.
think we build these lives that from the outside looking in look so perfect, and we try
Yep.
to put out all of our best, everything out there, and stay positive. And I believe in being positive, as much as possible, but
Yeah.
to the point, to the exclusion of people knowing really who you are anymore, and you
Yep.
not knowing who you are really anymore. That's the work, and that's the point. That's very much what we focus on at our retreat. And I'm just thrilled you're going to be a part of it. What are you most excited about for your trip to Colorado?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I mean, I grew
tell
up in
everybody
Colorado,
where you're from also.
actually.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
everybody where you're from.
I live in southern Wisconsin now, but I actually was raised in Colorado. So I lived there from the time I was 4 until I was 20, and then I moved out of state. But so I really grew up there, and I love Colorado. So I mean, that part is wonderful. But for me, any opportunity that I can have to just be in relationships with other women that are sincerely like seeking to discover their inner voices and their inner wisdom, like that's the stuff that just like gets me up in the morning. That's the thing that I'm most passionate about, and that's why I do this work. So there's going to be a lot of sharing of what I call like our sacred stories. And sacred sounds like really serious, but it's really just about sharing like our innermost selves, right? And having a safe space to do that, and maybe having parts of ourselves become illuminated that we've like not become aware of before, and or sharing parts that we have been suppressing for whatever reason.
Right.
So I mean, I love getting down deep. That's why I do the work we do. I'm not really
Yeah.
a surface level kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't do that well. And so that's like the opportunity for that real connection is why I'm excited about this experience.
Yeah, totally, totally. And you've known our exercise and wellness and health guru for, I don't know, maybe longer
Since
than
high
me,
school.
since high school. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. So I've known her for about over 20 years. I don't know,
Yeah.
so about 23, 24 years.
Yeah.
Um, and well, I just love her, right?
Oh my God. Everyone loves her. She's like, I honestly, every time I'm with her, I'm like, how do you have this much energy?
Right. And I should say her name is Stacy Stemman.
Yes.
And she is our health coach at the retreat, and just a ball of energy. Just like you said, where does she get it? I don't know. She's
It's
always
like,
going,
she's
going, going.
always been like this, like ever since I've known her. So this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
who she is.
And truly a bright spot at our retreat, just to
Yeah.
bring the energy up whenever,
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like the weekends, like we get very
So
deep.
deep.
We get
Right. I
very deep
mean, yes, that's why.
individually
Yeah.
together and all that, but we
Right.
also have so much fun. It's so
Right.
much fun to unwind and relax and get a massage, and get your hair and
Yes.
makeup done if you'd like, and get a new look, and
Totally.
maybe even get some photos taken of you, people just
Right.
don't get nice photos taken of them anymore, unless it's a selfie or uh,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know
Or a family photo, but like who does individual photos of themselves? I mean,
right.
probably the last one is your senior photo, right?
Right,
That's a
right,
lot.
totally.
Yeah.
So that's something else that the women really kind of, I didn't know when we first brought it to the retreat, the stylist and the photographer, that, oh, they are booked. And I mean,
Nice.
there's time for everybody, but it's very highly regarded, those services.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, there's all sorts of opportunities to pamper yourself
Yeah.
inside and out, right? Like, so
Right.
I think Stacy and I are really kind of like yin and yang. I'm very
Mhm.
much like, I would describe myself as more like calm and sort of like steady. And Stacy is just the fire and the energy, right? And so we're like, I'm more grounding and she's uplifting. So it's
Yeah.
really like our energies together really blend well.
Awesome. Well, I just know it's going to be a perfect fit all the way around.
Yeah.
So for anyone out there who is kind of on the fence about coming to the whole year retreat, why don't you give them a plug? Why are you coming? What do you think?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I think again, like, when is the last time you did something just for yourself, right? And I think as women, we tend to put ourselves last, and that sounds like a cliche, but it's really the truth for most of us. And so to not have to do dishes and cook and like, and to just spend some time like doing whatever you want to do, right? Like we have an awesome agenda that
Yeah,
people can plug into and or just plug out of at any
right,
time, right?
right,
And so it is definitely like choose your own adventure and fill up your cup again and also get what you need out of this experience. So maybe you want a deep inner soul dive, right? And or maybe you just want to relax and get a makeover and a massage, like whatever you're looking for, there is something here for you.
right.
So that's what I think is so unique about it. It's got things on all levels.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, again, I just can't wait to meet you in a couple weeks in person, give you a big squeeze, and
Yes,
we'll be the
me
greeting
too.
team giving everyone a big squeeze when they show up in Breckenridge. But because that's what we do. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So the guests are like, wow, you guys really do like each other. That's what we like each other. But there's something about feminine energy
Hmm.
that it's a kind of love, a motherly love, if you will, that you can't really
Hmm.
get from any other relationships. And that's
Yeah,
why I teach what I teach, is because I feel that feminine friendship is so important. It's a big part of what I teach. So
totally.
anyway,
Yeah.
love what we've created. I'm so excited you're there, going to be there.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, guys, until next time, we'll see you. Bye.
Bye.